Next on CTN News.
If you see a veteran, go out and thank them for their service.
A local high school starts a new tradition to honor our veterans, and it's deeply personal for two students. We'll explain. Plus, the sudden death of an Anoka-Hennepin school board member. We'll have reaction to Scott Wenzel's passing, but first...
This was awesome to learn more about prevention, treatments, and other networks that's doing the same work that we're doing.
A first-of-its-kind public health topic in the North Metro. That tops CTN News this Friday, November 14, 2014. Thanks for joining us. The Nucleus Clinic in Coon Rapids joined forces with several other partners to make Thursday's forum a success.
Experts from around the state and local areas presented a wide range of public health problems, including one disease that has become an epidemic. CTN's Bao Vang reports.
A lot of people believe you have to have symptoms to have.
Interest was so high for Nucleus Clinic's preconception, reproductive, and sexual public health forum at Unity Center for Learning and Development in Fridley. At one point, it was standing room only.
In my opinion, the general awareness about chlamydia is very low.
The focus was about protecting the health of a woman during childbirth years and the health of her future child or children, with emphasis on sexually transmitted infections. Trina Pearson, a health educator from Annex, a teen clinic in North Minneapolis, says it's a community conversation that is long overdue.
Growing up, it was don't talk about it. You couldn't say anything.
Forum organizer Becky Fink says a lack of dialogue, specifically about chlamydia, may have led it to become not only Minnesota's, but the country's #1 reported infection in young people 15 to 24 years old, causing an epidemic.
I just got to thinking that until we get this on people's radar and we do something to address the stigma associated with a sexually transmitted infection, we can't really do much about it until we really kind of claim it.
Last year, there were more than 19,000 cases in the state. 900 of those were in Anoka County.
We know that chlamydia disproportionately affects youth.
As Trina Pearson leaves back to work, she's equipped with even more information and resources to help young people protect themselves.
The teenagers, the kids, they have somewhere to go where they can ask questions, get information, and get education. So now they're not afraid to talk.
And health educators will be there to listen.
There is some encouraging news out of Anoka County about the number of cases of chlamydia. An organization called TeenWise found that for the first time in 17 years, the number of cases dropped last year in teens between 15 and 19. Stephen Karen.
All right, well, let's hope that continues. Thanks, Bao. The Anoka-Hennepin School District is mourning the loss of a longtime school board member who died unexpectedly over the weekend. Scott Wenzel passed away at his Brooklyn Park home on Saturday at the age of 56. Wenzel has served on the Anoka-Hennepin School Board since January of 1996, filling the roles of vice chair and clerk during his nearly 19-year tenure. Those who knew him say he made sizable contributions to education that won't soon be forgotten.
Scott was really dedicated to learning and for young people to learn well and early. You know, he was one of the first proponents of reading as the cornerstone of learning. And I said this today, it's not just in Scott's mind the equal opportunity to learn, but the actual learning.
Wenzel, who was a teacher in St. Paul, was also a strong proponent of the specialty schools added in District 11. He is survived by a wife and daughter. Funeral services for Scott Wenzel were held Thursday in Champlin.
A Coon Rapids man who has used a smartwatch to take pictures of underage boys in a local health club locker room has been sentenced. On Monday, a judge ordered 54-year-old Robert Miner to serve 180 days in the workhouse and also put him on probation for 10 years. Earlier this year, Miner pleaded guilty to stalking and was convicted on 4 other charges, including possession of child pornography. A 12-year-old boy says Miner held a silver wristwatch over a bathroom stall in the locker room at the Andover YMCA while he was changing out of his swimming trunks. A search of Miner's computer also allegedly found files of young boys in various states of undress at both the Andover and Coon Rapids YMCAs.
Our first real taste of winter weather this week didn't stop crews from completing emergency repairs to the Foley Boulevard railroad tracks. Last Saturday, Foley Boulevard was shut down between Coon Rapids Boulevard and East River Road. The crossing surface was in poor shape, so repairs needed to be made as soon as possible, which forced the closure of the roadway. But the work was actually completed 2 days ahead of schedule, and Foley Boulevard reopened to traffic on Thursday.
The city took time out this week to honor volunteers who give their time serving the community. On Wednesday night, the annual Volunteer Appreciation Dinner was held at Bunker Hills. Members who serve on 9 different advisory boards and commissions were recognized for their years of service. 4 commissioners have each given more than 30 years of service to the city. Members of the boards and commissions provide input and recommendations to the City Council on various issues. People across the country paused Tuesday to honor veterans who've served our country.
Locally, Andover High School held its first ever ceremony to pay respects to area veterans. It was an emotional day for 2 students in particular who suffered an unexpected loss 2 years ago due to war. CTN's Joe Nelson explains.
For the first time, Andover High School honored area veterans with students, teachers, and community members filling the gym to show respect to those who served.
America truly is an exceptional place because of what so many have done and so many have given.
2 students here had a different outlook on the day. Dusty and Lindy Holmes' brother, Taylor T.J. Bowney, joined the Marines in 2009.
I told him not to go, and of course he didn't listen.
Bowney rose to the rank of corporal and was deployed in Afghanistan.
I didn't really know what would happen.
Dusty and Lindy maintained contact.
Said it was hot there, all sorts of stories.
Until June 13th, 2012.
I was gonna go jogging, and my dad's like crying, and then he came and sat by me, and then he told me, and I broke down. It was a roadside explosion.
I didn't really believe it at first. I guess I was just in so much shock.
Taylor Bowney died in combat at age 21 serving his country, but he wouldn't be forgotten. Andover High School planned to recognize his sacrifice at the Veterans Day ceremony, with Lindy addressing the crowd.
TJ graduated from Andover High School in 2009, and he will always be remembered for how he made people laugh.
It meant a lot to, I know, not only me, but other veterans, my family, just that he's always going to be remembered.
Before it was just another school day off, and all the kids just didn't really pay much attention to it, but now we actually recognize everybody that served. If they wouldn't have served, then we wouldn't be here right now, and we would be free.
In Andover, Joe Nelson, CTN News.
Bowney attended Anoka High School before transferring to Andover, where they now plan to have a Veterans Day ceremony each year. Still to come on CTN News, a disturbing trend when it comes to e-cigarette use in Minnesota.
Plus, how your holiday light display could earn you some green. Also ahead, does our cold and snowy weather have you thinking winter recreation? Where you can find everything you need for ice fishing coming up.
It's real nice and it's convenient.
And a pilot program that's literally bringing the food shelf to the front doors of local seniors in need. Both good news and bad news this week when it comes to teens and cigarette use.
A new survey finds traditional smoking is on the decline, but the use of e-cigarettes is on the rise. The Minnesota Department of Health says the percentage of high school students who've smoked in the last 30 days dropped from 18.1% in 2011 to 10.6% this year. That's the steepest decline in the smoking rate ever recorded by the Minnesota Youth Survey. However, the survey also found nearly 13% of high school students tried or used an electronic cigarette in the past 30 days, and more than 1 in 4 had tried an e-cigarette in their lifetime.
Food delivery services have been around for years, but food shelf delivery services for low-income seniors is something new. Food shelves tend to be underused by older adults, so 2 nonprofit agencies partnered together to combine talents to help out local seniors in need. CTN's Steve Antis has more.
Oh, hi. Come on in.
Good morning, Jan.
Without a car, low-income seniors like Janice Weiler are grateful for groceries delivered to her front door.
What I needed was milk.
It's thanks in part to Store to Door, the nonprofit known for its grocery shopping and delivery service. Now they've branched out into delivering food from area food shelves to help keep seniors at home.
It's real nice and it's convenient.
Dolores Yanko likes getting called ahead of time and asked what she needs.
They have a list of things of what they have, and they ask you each and everything, you know, if you need it or not.
Store to Door was able to team up with the ACBC Food Shelf in Anoka to provide Dolores' food thanks to a Minnesota Department of Human Services grant.
It seemed like a really neat idea, and it's certainly the way of the future to try to get more food, especially to seniors who are very high risk.
It just has had a really fantastic response here in Anoka County.
According to Store to Door's program manager, Alice Tennis, there are 60 clients being served once a month through the partnership with ACBC.
Our routes are full and we already have a waiting list for more folks. We're looking at exploring how to get some more resources in order to be able to grow it.
A lot of them have said, they're thankful from the bottom of their heart.
Terry Krause is the property manager at Oxbow Bend Apartments in Coon Rapids. Several seniors who live here get food from Store to Door.
Most of the residents here are living on merely Social Security, and this really helps them be able to have nutritious meals and food throughout the month.
Enjoy your groceries.
Okay, fine, thank you. Have a nice day today.
You too, Jen. Thanks.
Steve Antis, CTN News.
Store to Door has a few months left of its pilot program to cover food shelf deliveries. The nonprofit agency hopes to expand the program with increased state funding and other resources.
The Coon Rapids Super Senior Club put on a super sale this week. On Thursday, the club's annual bazaar was held in the Coon Rapids Civic Center. There's everything from crafts and jewelry to a Christmas room and flea market. Dozens of volunteers make it all possible, and all the proceeds raised go to local charities.
We do 20 $250 grants a year, and that's to worthy organizations. It's to seed Stepping Stones Homeless Shelter. We give to 4-H clubs that make blankets for the homeless.
The Super Senior Club also awards 2 $1,000 scholarships to Coon Rapids students each year. The club will celebrate its 40th anniversary next year. The bazaar has been going strong for 35 years.
With snow on the ground, the holiday season can't be too far off, and soon those holiday light displays will be popping up around town. Once again this year, the Coon Rapids Arts Commission is sponsoring a holiday lighting contest. There are 2 categories this year, one for moving light displays and the other for non-moving displays. Cash prizes of up to $150 will be awarded. Judging is based on the overall impact, visual appeal, uniqueness, variety, and more. Judging will take place in mid-December. An entry form can be found on the city's website.
If our cold snap has you thinking about winter recreation, you're going to want to head to Blaine this weekend. The National Sports Center is hosting the 3rd annual Hardwater Ice Fishing Expo. This morning we found vendors setting up for the show, which features the latest in tackle, electronics, gear, and ice houses, along with snowmobiles and ATVs. The show, which takes place in the Schwann Center, runs until 8 o'clock tonight, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Saturday, and 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Sunday. There is an admission charge, but kids 11 and under get in for free.
If you're looking for a good laugh this weekend, a trip to the movie theater might be in order. Drew Shingen shows us why in this week's Now Showing.
Almost 2 decades and he still comes.
How you doing, buddy? Brought you your favorite candies. Come on, Lloyd, you gotta get over her. Mary Samsonite was just a girl. That's it, kid. Come on, come on, come on, spit it out. God, yeah!
Dumb and Dumber 2. 20 years since their first adventure, Harry finds out that he has a daughter. So Lloyd and Harry try to find her.
I know she'll appreciate all the trouble you've gone to find her. Let's call her.
It's ringing!
Whoever this is, we're in the middle of something very important here.
This is your dad.
What?
Hey, guys, I know this is weird timing, but I gotta take this. It's my dead dad.
She's got me on hold.
Can you look at me for a second?
No, wait! Hey, look at me!
I see you. I see you. I see you.
Beyond the lights. The pressures of fame have a superstar singer on the edge until she meets a young cop who works with her to find her voice.
That night on the balcony, you were screaming, I see you. So, just what do you see?
It's your life, sir. Don't throw it away. This is different.
I'm Drew Shingen, and that's what's showing.
All right, thanks, Drew. I still can't believe it's been 20 years since the first Dumb and Dumber came out.
I know, such a classic.
We had less gray hair back then.
Maybe you, but I think I still have it. Oh, let's not even go there. Thank you, Drew, and thank you for watching. We'll see you again next week.